Hi friends, welcome to Beautifully Bookish Bethany. Today we are back with another kind of semi-quarterly, approximately quarterly book unhaul and sort of declutter with sprints. So the way that I like to do these, because doing it as a live stream gets me to actually get this done, is I will go through a stack of books, talk about why they're leaving my shelves, and then we will do a productivity sprint while I add books to my Pango shop. So it's a win-win. I get to do an unhaul, you get to get some stuff done, work, whatever it is, and I actually get this off my to-do list because the books sort of pile up over time. So I do this every 3 months or so. So I have my first stack. I think we're going to do this in 3 parts today. And yeah, just a caveat. I live in an apartment in Manhattan. I read a lot of books. I can't keep everything. So I periodically go through my shelves. Some of these are books that I liked. Some of them are books that I didn't like. Some of them are books that I just don't need on my shelves anymore for a variety of reasons. So we'll talk about them. Yeah. Yay. Hi. Welcome, Val. Okay. So first thing is we recently did a cleanup of my kids' bookshelves. And so I have a stack of Magic Treehouse books in used condition that I'm going to put up as a lot. So if you have young children learning how to read and you are looking for some Magic Treehouse books, those are going to go up. They are really great. My kids have just kind of outgrown them. So, I mean, they're not in great condition, but also I don't feel like these kind of books need to be. So we're going to do that. Hi, Bagel. I'm glad to help with productivity sprints. Hi, Care Bear. How are you all? If you're interested, and there is a Pango link down below, so if you see something, you're more than welcome to get it. So I have like books, I don't know, like 1 through 7, 9, 10, 11, and a couple of fact tracker guides, nonfiction. So anyway, I also ended up with an extra copy of a book that I am keeping on my bookshelf, but I don't need 2 of them. Hey, Isabella. Speaking of which, actually, Isabella gave me a copy of this book, and again, I now have 2 for reasons. So I'm going to be putting up this gorgeous special edition of The Poppy War by R.F. Kuang. Oh, is it now not mirroring? Okay, that's weird. It used to sort of show you books. Okay, let me look at my, oh, because it's got mirroring on my camera. Okay. There we go. Now you can read it, kind of. So these are really pretty. They have sprayed edges. It's like a nice addition. I still have one on my shelves, but we have an extra. Hey, yay, sprints. Hi. Okay, yeah, please do. Hey, Malka, how's everybody? So it's a good book, military fantasy, but again, I don't need 2 of them. I am also unhauling Private Rights by Julia Armfield, which I got gifted from Aardvark Book Box. So this is the Aardvark box with the Canadian UK cover. I liked it fine, but I'm not going to revisit it. It was kind of middle of the road for me. It's like literary horror that's got sort of like what is it, climate sci-fi retelling of King Lear. So, and it's queer, so interesting. Yes, the blur is interfering with the view of the books. I'm sorry for that. I can, yeah, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Maybe if let me see if this makes it better. I did not have time to like pick up everything behind me. Oh yeah, we'll do this. This will be better. I'm also unhauling When the Moon Was Ours by Anna Marie McLemore. This is a really good book. I just have too many books on my shelves, and this is one that I don't see myself revisiting anytime soon. So this is a really heartrending YA magical realism book dealing with transness. So it's a good book, but I needed to clear space on my shelves. I have too many too many things. I have like several books that I'm like, I really liked this book and I've had it for a lot of years, but it, like I need to make space for other things. So yeah. Similarly, Lobizona by Romina Garber. I really enjoyed this. The second book was okay, and then I think they're not making more of them, which is sort of a bummer. But the first book was really good. This is a Latine fantasy with like witches and werewolves and stuff, and it's really fun. It's got a magic school in it. It's also dealing with um, like treatment of undocumented immigrants. So I thought this was very good. But again, space is at a premium right now. So I kind of did a recent sort of declutter of my shelves. I also really liked Girls with Sharp Sticks by Suzanne Young. I'm like rethinking this. I'm like, oh, but I could always like listen to this on audio if I wanted to revisit it. This I also really liked. It's sort of like a dystopian sci-fi feminist novel that's very angry. It was good. It's YA. I liked it, but you know, I don't know what to do because I have so many books in the house, and so sometimes I'm like, I just like, what am I supposed to do? Also, Unhauling Dearest by Jackie Walters. This was a book of the month book. I read it. I liked it fine. I'm never going to reread this. It's a debut horror novel dealing with motherhood, like early motherhood and complicated relationships with parents. Good, but not something that I loved or need to keep. Electra by Jennifer Saint. This is a retelling of Clytemnestra and Agamemnon and the Trojan War. I liked it. It's not my favorite of hers, but again, I'm probably not going to reread it. So passing that along. Hopefully this will find good homes. The Bell and the Fog by Love A.C. Rosen. I really love this series. I'm keeping the first book in the series, but I don't need all of them. They're queer historical mysteries with a gay PI in like 1950s San Francisco, if I'm not mistaken. So those are really good. Okay, 2 more in this stack, and then we will sprint. What I'm kind of sad about, because I have it signed, and I I did like it, but I'm like, it was like a mixed feelings, is Lore of the Wilds by Annalise Sabrana. This is a debut romantasy. I got to meet the author and got it signed before I read the book. I loved the first half of this. The second half of it kind of lost me. I'm interested in reading more from this author because there are things about this that I really like, and I'm curious to see what she does with book 2. But as gorgeous as this cover is, I'm hauling it. Man, this is like the stack of books that I'm kind of sad to see go, but I just don't have space for everything. And I have to make some hard decisions. And then Malice by Heather Walter. This is the first book in a duology that is kind of a reimagining of the Sleeping Beauty story, but make it sapphic from the perspective of the villain, who's like not quite so villainous. I really like this. This is the UK cover, but I have that on audio as well. I don't need it on my shelves. So there you go. That's the first stack of books I'm unhauling. Like books that are really good. And if I had unlimited space, I probably would keep some of them, but hopefully they'll go to good homes and someone else can enjoy them. So yeah, that is the first stack of books that I'm unhauling today. So we're going to do a 20-minute sprint while I put them on my Pango shop, and then we'll be back to do more. Oh, geez. Of course, because I like had to replace my hard drive recently. They want to make everything difficult for me. That was a fun, expensive thing. Wow. Oh no. Okay, well, you know what? This is what we're gonna do, because it's gonna make me like close this out if I try to, if I try to do screen sharing right now. What we're gonna do is I'm just gonna say do a comment and say what we're sprinting until instead of the timer. And then next time I will fix the permissions. Yeah, so my hard drive on my main computer crashed out and I had to get it entirely replaced, which was very expensive. It was like $650. But we're back. And so now I have to like redo all of the screen permissions and stuff. It's fine. Okay, so it's 12:40. So we're going to sprint until 1 p.m. Eastern. So I will see everybody back here in 20 minutes. And then we'll look at some more books. You can tell me what you were doing while we were sprinting. Okay, good luck. All right, and that is time. What did everybody do? Let me know. Thanks, Vicky. I try to make them pretty best I can. Hey, Carissa. Home from a doctor's appointment. Nice. All right, so I've got another stack of books we're gonna go through. Try to make it quick because I'm realizing like it's one. I still have to go get lunch at some point. I had like a late snack. It's fine. I eat lunch late. Um, okay. And also, reminder while we're on here, me and Izzy from Happy for Now are co-hosting a trip to Costa Rica next January. There's a link down below if you want to check it out. If you have questions, feel free to comment here. We have 6 early bird spots left right now, and I've been answering questions about it over on Instagram stories. But I'm happy to answer questions here too. But we're super excited, like chill, relaxing vacation. Read Ministry of Time. Nice. Okay, so first thing for this next stack, we've got a couple of smaller romances. I've got a signed copy of Lord of Scoundrels by Loretta Chase. I bought this for, oh, and it's like actually like hand signed, doesn't have the stick thing. That's cool. So I bought this from a local indie bookstore for an in-person romance book club, and it was not so much my thing. Like, it's a historical romance that is a classic, and I kind of see why, but there were things about their relationship that like didn't work for me. I know this is some people's favorite, so if you want to snap up a signed copy, please do. I am hoping somebody will be very excited about that. Would totally buy Belle in the Fog if I hadn't just bought a copy 2 weeks ago. Yeah, no worries. It is a really good book. Okay. Enemy's Game of Revenge by Maya Blake. This is another one that I got for my in-person romance book club, and also was not my favorite, but some people some people are enjoying it. This is like a very tropey contemporary romance, where they are quite literally enemies. Again, like y'all know power dynamics are a big issue for me, so like neither of these really worked for me in that sense, but everybody has different tastes, so somebody will enjoy that. I have the original version of Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. I really love this, but I have the fancy sprayed edges one. I don't really need to have 2 copies on my shelf. So this is when it was indie published before it was professionally published. The cover is like slightly dented, but it's not that bad. So that will be going up. I know there are people who like to collect the out of print editions of books that have gotten picked up. It's, oh, and I guess if you haven't read it, it's like dark academia fantasy that is amazing. One of my favorite books I've read this year. But again, I don't need 2 copies on my shelves. I am also unhauling De Ha Brew by Celestine Martin. I liked this. It was good, but I'm trying to make space on my shelves. This is a cozy, small town, witchy romance with 2 Black main characters. It's really lovely. I have the audiobook. I don't also need the physical copy. I have like another book in the series that I'm keeping, so that's gonna go up. Then I have The Elegance of the Hedgehog by Muriel Barbary. This is like, I went through a phase where I was like, oh, let me try getting translated litfic, even though litfic is not really my thing, and then I never got to a bunch of them. So I finally tried this and I ended up DNFing it. I was like, oh, okay, this is not for me, but somebody will be happy to have it. It's in translation, set in Paris, kind of, you know, like I feel like if you're in this world, you probably already know what this is. That's going up. Oh yeah, okay, this is one I am not, you know, because this year I'm not talking that much about my DNFs. Most of my DNFs, like there's a few I'll talk about, but most of them I'm not. So like we have some books in here that are books that I like tried and sadly were not for me, and so I am unhauling them and I'm kind of bummed. This one somebody actually sent to me and I was sad because I really wanted to love it, but it just was not my thing. Floating Hotel by Grace Curtis. This is like it's queer sci-fi sort of, that's like a collection of interconnected short stories, and I just was kind of bored, but I know there are people who loved it, so hopefully it will find a good home. I'm kind of sad. Like the start of it I liked, and then I was like, oh, we're following different people in each of these. That it didn't work for me, which was a bummer, but hopefully someone will enjoy it. Also, unhauling Make My Wish Come True by Rachel Lippincott and Allison Derrick. This was super cute. I just don't need to keep it on my shelves. It's a sapphic YA holiday romance with fake dating between former best friends, and it was really good. I liked it a lot. It was very festive and cozy and adorable, but I'm probably not going to pick it up again. I need space on my shelves. That I feel like is a repeated theme you're going to hear in this unhaul. This is a lot of me like decluttering to try to fit more books on my shelves that I didn't have space for, which is what I'm working on. Also, Unhauling Gallant by V.E. Schwab. This is a YA kind of gothic horror novel that's got some like cool illustrations. I had pre-ordered this and then didn't read it for 2 years. I finally read it and I liked it, but it's not my favorite book from her. Like, I'm glad I read it. I liked it, but I'm never going to reread it. So I don't need to hold on to a copy. So I'm going to unhaul that. Also, another book that I liked, but probably won't reread and don't need to keep on my shelves. I was sent a finished copy of Promise Boys by Nick Brooks in the new paperback edition. This is really good. It is a YA murder mystery at a prep school that's dealing with racial tensions by a Black author, and he's got a new book coming out that I'm excited to read. So really good book. I think this cover is a lot better than the first one. It gives more the vibes of what it's about. But again, I don't necessarily need to keep it on my shelves, but hopefully somebody will pick that up because it is good. Oh, I have a couple books that were sent to me unsolicited that look really pretty, but are just based on looking up reviews, not to my taste. So maybe someone else will enjoy them. So, Playing by the Rules by Monica Murphy. And they have like these really cute sprayed edges. It's very pretty. So this says, what happens when you fall for your brother's best friend? A sexy, angsty sports romance. So if you like Brother's Best Friend, sports romance, maybe check it out. Again, it's just like not my type of romance. Yeah, I hope it does find a good home. Promise Boys was really good. I liked it a lot. Similarly, we have Last Resort by Kay Bromberg. Again, ooh, ah, pretty sprayed edges. A one-night stand forced proximity billionaire romance for fans of Lauren Asher and Anna Huang. Again, not my romance thing, but it's going to be somebody's. Beautiful, brand new sprayed edges. Thank you to Entangled for sending those to me. They sent me very lovely PR packages unsolicited, and I was like, those are so pretty. Unfortunately, they're just not the kind of romance I read, which is fine. I have a book, let's see, really only liked Schwab's adult stuff. I haven't tried the Savage Song. That is the only duology from hers I have not tried. I should try it at some point. That's fair though. Or YA just might not be for you. That's fine. Okay, so this is a book that I picked up at New York Comic Con, and it started really strong and then kind of lost me, and I ended up deciding to DNF it. And that is The West Wind by Alexandria Warwick. So it starts off really great. It's this fantasy world that's partly dealing with like religious deconstruction with this girl who's I don't know, but it got kind of weird and boring, and I don't know. I was like, okay, this is not keeping my interest. So I ended up DNFing it, but I liked the start of it, and I would be curious to read something else from her. She's got pretty writing. It was slow. I've been trying to do that lately, is just like, even if something's not bad, if I'm just not having a good time trying to DNF, and it has helped my reading. And then a book that I really loved. This was so good, but again, I just don't have space to keep everything, and I want this to go to a good home. The In Between Bookstore by Edward Underhill. This is like a contemporary with a little bit of a speculative element book about a trans guy who loses his job and goes back to his hometown. And when he goes into the bookstore he worked at as a teenager, it's like a portal to the past, and he ends up interacting with his teenage self pre-transition. It's beautiful and made me cry. It was really good. So do recommend it, just don't need to keep it on my shelf. So that's the second stack of books. There's one more stack. Although maybe I should just do all of them now and then we'll do a longer sprint. How do we feel about that? I'm gonna say I'm gonna do that because I want to go get lunch at some point. So hold on, let me grab my final stack. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, I forgot that I had both of these. So, again, for people who are collectors of M.L. Wang's books when they were indie published, I am also unhauling my indie out of print version of Sword of Kaigen. I have a really, really beautiful collector's edition of this book. I do not need 2 copies of it, as much as I love it, but somebody will be so excited to get this because you cannot get them anymore since they've been traditionally published. Also unhauling another book that I liked, For Space. That's been a lot of this. I'm running out of space, y'all, and I can't buy another bookshelf. I cannot. So Slay by Brittany Morris. This is a really good YA lightly speculative novel about a Black girl who designs a video game for Black people, and it's talking about like how people get upset at the idea of people having safe spaces for minority groups and stuff, and also women in STEM. It's really good, but yeah. Might get Sword of Kaigen also. Okay, cool. Yes. Sword of Kai. Yes, I if you missed it, my indie version of Sword of Kaigen. I'm keeping my special edition, but I am unhauling because I don't need 2 copies of it. So we're doing that. So yep, might be a fight for that one when it goes up. Okay, another one that I liked but I'm not keeping is The Relationship Mechanic by Carmen Lee. This is a really cute small town sapphic romance that's sort of like a short-term, no strings attached relationship that turns into something more with a girl, like a young lady who runs a mechanic shop. I really liked it. It was cute. Sword of Kaigen have a release date? Sword of Kaigen is out. Oh, this is what people are asking. Did it get picked up? You know what? You're right. It might not be. It might just be that there was a special edition that I bought. I'm sorry if I misspoke on that. I did say it got picked up. I might be wrong about that. It might just be that I bought a special edition of it and I don't need 2 copies of it. Sorry. Yeah, I think I misspoke. I was not thinking when I said that. Sorry about that. Okay. I have, oh, I forgot this was signed. Well, this is fun. So we have a signed copy of The Duchess Deal by Tessa Dare in a hardcover. Which is kind of fun. This is cool. Again, I still have another copy of it. I don't need to have 2 copies of it on my shelves. This is a really, really good historical rom-com with a marriage of convenience and Beauty and the Beast vibes. I really love it, but like this takes up so much space and I already have it in other form, like a physical copy, mass market. So I'm gonna unhaul that one. Oh, that's not supposed to be there. Okay. Also, unhauling Bull Moon Rising by Ruby Dixon. It's so pretty, y'all. I liked it okay, but I did not love it. I liked the fantasy part, and it's so pretty. This is beautiful, but I like the fantasy world. I might try more in this, but I don't need to keep this on my shelves. I think part of it is the whole like Omegaverse nodding thing is just not really to my taste. The romance was fine. I really liked the fantasy a lot, but it was like a 3.5 star read for me, so I don't need to keep it on my shelves. I'm also unhauling this bind up of this is the Book of Illyrian Element of Fire and Death of the Necromancer. Martha Wells, I'm finding, is hit and miss for me. Like when I love her books, I love her books. And when I don't, I'm like really bored. I tried reading Death of the Necromancer and it just, similar to Witch King, it just didn't work for me. So I love Murderbot. I love like the Cloud Roads. That was amazing. Like a lot of her books are amazing. Some of them just for whatever reason don't work for me. So I'm going to unhaul that. Another one I liked, but I don't need to keep a copy of on my shelves, is The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. This was really fun. It's a rom-com that I think is a better take on a billionaire romance than most of them, in my opinion. So we have like a fake marriage and just like a messy family dynamics, a bonkers setup. It's a lot of fun. Like I had a blast reading it, but again, I don't need to keep it on my shelves. I am also, another one that takes up a lot of space that I liked but didn't love as much as the first book in the series and already has, like, still have on audio is A Day of Fallen Night by Samantha Shannon. Like, it's beautiful. It's so big. I finally read it. It was good, but not as good, and I don't need a physical copy. That made space for, like, a couple other books for my shelves. Okay, 2 more, and then we'll do a longer sprint while I add stuff to the shop. This I have had forever, like pre-booktube days, but this is like a steampunk short story anthology back from when steampunk was like having a moment. But it's got stories from like Holly Black and Libba Bray and Cassandra Clare. Yeah, those are Garth Nix. Like it's got quite the lineup of authors, and the stories were pretty good. But I'm like, I have not touched this in years. Oh my gosh, look at that. I have like an old thing for like a Nikola Tesla thing. I went back in the day to this like steampunk convention with my husband once. This was like before we had kids and it was fun. We dressed up. It was great. So that sounds like something you would enjoy. There's that. And then lastly is my other hardcover copy of The Poppy War that's not the new special edition, because I'm like, I don't need 3 copies of this book. So I'm unhauling the original hardcover too. So, whew, those are all of the books that I am unhauling this spring. I feel like that's like a pretty solid collection there. And now I have to go out to my Pango shop. So we will do like, we'll say a 30-minute sprint. Can I do this in 30 minutes? Maybe, probably. I think we're good. We'll do a 30-minute sprint and then we'll come back and do a quick little chat before I say goodbye. So, what is everybody going to do during our sprint this time? Let me know. Move these. And they will all be on the Pango shop soon. So if you're reading or working or whatever, okay, let's see. We'll start our sprint in 2 minutes, so 1:20, and we'll sprint till 1:50, and then we'll end at 2. I feel like this is perfect. Okay, so let me write this down. So we'll sprint until 1:50, and then we'll come back and chat. Man, working or trying. Okay, good luck. I understand. Maybe I'll like pop my audiobook on this time while I'm doing this. I'm working on a really fun project right now, you guys, like a video project. I had this idea and I think it's going to be really fun. So the first installment of it, it's like a series idea, will be coming soon. Also working. Everyone looks so happy about their jobs right now. It's great. All right, y'all. Let's sprint. Organizing desktop files. I love it. We're going to sprint until 1:50 and then we'll come back and see how things went. Good luck. All right. That is time. How'd everybody do? I got all the books uploaded and somebody already bought the Sword of Kaigen, so that went fast. All right. Made more progress in your book. Nice. Awesome. How about everybody else? Also, while I'm here, if anybody has questions about anything, including like the Costa Rica trip we're doing, feel free to ask. Reached 64% for Wild Dark Shore. Nice. Do I have? You know what? I need to read that one. I've heard really good things about it. How are you liking it? I think I picked that up from Book of the Month, but I haven't read it yet. Feels good to get all those books done, though. That was like on my to-do list to get them up. There's been so much going on lately. It's been busy. Enjoying it. Okay. Oh, if you were doing it physically, you'd like it more. That's interesting. Occasionally there are books I feel that way about, so that is pretty interesting. All right. Okay. All right. Well, excuse me. Let me know if anybody has any questions. Otherwise, I will wrap things up in the next few minutes. One of the narrators was kind of jarring in the beginning. Oh, interesting. Okay, I hear you. I'll have to see how I feel about it. I'm waiting to get the uh, audio from my library, but good to know. So we'll see how that goes. All right. All right, y'all. Well, thank you for joining me. And yeah, we'll do this again in a few months. Occasionally there's a narrator that was definitely not told they'd be doing an accent. That's true. I mean, sometimes they don't tell them, I think, until they book it already. So yeah, that is true. Bye. Have a great weekend, everybody. And I will see you later. Feel free to go check out any of the books if you're interested. Bye. Have a good Friday.